there, folks. Welcome back. You're watching BSG Annual 2021. We are benefiting Mind, and now we have something very special for you. We have the one, the only GhostSenpai with Pepsiman. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Now it's time to enjoy one of the most popular games to have in a marathon, because why are we gonna be having a speedrunning marathon without Pepsiman? I guess that is a game that doesn't need an introduction, but I'm gonna be talking about that during the run, because why not? And since this is gonna be cuts and percent, let's watch this first cutscene of the game that is not usually shown on marathon, so please enjoy this, and we're gonna be starting the run like in 30 seconds. And due to that, I'm gonna be explaining everything during the run. So I'm using the time that I will have to introduce myself and talk a bit about the game, just to watch this cutscene, and during the run I'm gonna say everything related to all this kind of presentations and, you know, the usual stuff with marathons. And I was gonna do something and I forgot in a sec. Okay, I have remembered what I was gonna do. So I'm gonna do something really quick that I forgot to do. Okay, you can ignore that thing in Spanish, because that's just to mute my split, because I'm running my own split for some reason. But let's start with the run for the moment that a lot of people have been waiting. I'm gonna make the countdown from 3. So 3, 2, 1. And since this is cutscene, we need to enjoy all these wonderful cutscenes. We need to enjoy the amazing voice acting work in the game. And let's start the game! Let's see what is gonna be happening in a bit. So I'm gonna close the curtain and my background. So please enjoy this for now.
Oh, Pepsiman, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi. And I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi. And the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat. But it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
Okay, so what is happening here is that the only Pepsi vehicle in all the city got a flat tire, and the driver doesn't know how much time it's gonna take to him to fix the tire. And the main problem with that is that there are a lot of people who want Pepsi, and the only vending machine in the city have run out of Pepsi. So while the tire gets fixed, what does Pepsiman can do? Well, simply just go and try to give to the people some Pepsis, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about the category. Cutscene percent means any person plus cutscenes. This was a marathon only category for a while, and now while Pepsiman is having this trash can on him, if I press left, Pepsi must go to the right. If I press right, it's gonna move to the left, and vice versa. Well, you understand what I'm trying to say. And well, getting back to the game, we know that in Japan they used to have mascots for the products, and this was not an exception with Pepsi. They got Pepsiman, which is the character we are watching here right now, and looks like somebody was moving from their house, and the moving guys are throwing away all the furniture from this person. And don't worry, this is not the vending machine that we need to feel, because here, well, this is an exclusive vending machine for Pepsiman, I guess, because nobody else was here and the people was getting exhausted. They really wanted a Pepsi, but looks like there's nobody here. So in assuming, we can assume that this is a Pepsiman exclusive vending machine. This is just for him and for nobody else. Now it's time to move to the second scene from the game, because the game has 4 stages. Each stage has 3 scenes. So now we are on the first stage, scene 2. And basically the movement on the game, it's automatically. Pepsiman is gonna be running all the time. And the way that we can do this slightly faster is just to keep dashing, and for any percent, it doesn't matter the amount of Pepsi cans you get, we're gonna be trying to get as low as possible. Because the most Pepsi cans you have, the most time you're gonna be losing at the end of the stage. And now we get introduced into Pepsiman Pro Skater. Learn something, Tony Hawk. Well, it's supposed that I need to avoid the Pepsi cans, but for some reason I'm getting them. And jumping doesn't affect really, so I was just jumping for memes, trying to catch up with the music. And also, a slight way to go faster is with the dash and jumping, because that for some reason makes you going far ahead. So since this is automatic runner game, the only way that you have to optimize this and do it faster is just keeping jumping and keep doing the dashes. And now all these random people instructed from Street Fighter to receive their Pepsi! The day has been saved. Question mark. And... ouch. I think that definitely hurt. And this is the first boss stage? Yes. Because again, I think that using our common sense, we just can go to the sidewalk and we can be safe, right? Well, look like this is not the case, because Pepsiman for some reason wanna keep running in the road with all this random stuff that a lot of people, or I don't know who, put this on the way. We just need to avoid all of this stuff, because this is better than running safely to the sidewalk. And also, I received damage twice, which is really important to mention, because every time you receive damage, you're gonna be close to the Pepsi can, and the closer you get, the less time to react you're gonna be having. Because definitely when you get some hits, this can be turned into something really difficult to try to avoid all the stuff that you find on the road, on the street. And well, in this case, the first boss fight is not a problem with that.
Pretty good.
And yes, for telling you that I'm doing this pretty good, random guy. And remember, people.
Have a Pepsi. Next stage.
I hope we can get a special sponsorship for the next event. Now, second stage, a little introduction about what is gonna be happening.
Pepsiman! There's a building on fire just ahead. We need to get there immediately, but look what's happened! According to reports I have heard, they got the fire under control, but there are some people that couldn't escape fast enough and are trapped on the roof. They are extremely exhausted, and it doesn't seem likely that we can get first aid to them in time. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsiman?
Okay, so let's make a summary of this. A building was caught on fire. The fire is under control, but people haven't been rescued yet, so they are getting exhausted because there's a lot of heat there. So what is possible for Pepsiman to do? Well, we're gonna be discovering that in a bit. And after this section with this truck that is throwing these barrels randomly, and at the same time, now we enter into this one-hit KO section. If I receive a hit, I'm gonna be losing a life. That also happened with this skating section, but I forgot to mention that. So while we're going directly to the end of the stage, I don't have nothing interesting to mention. So if the host has any announcement to make, it's gonna be a good opportunity. We're only having like 30 seconds for that.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. We just like to remind everyone that we are raising money for Mind, which is a nationwide organisation committed to preventing mental health issues and to supporting everyone who is dealing with mental issues themselves or within their family. All of your donations will go towards Mind. We currently have €2,250. So please, if you like your Pepsi, you like your Pepsi Man, let's get those donations in. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm really happy that I haven't received damage here, because when I was practicing the game, I received a lot of damage during the bridge section, so I'm really happy that I got some good marathon luck here. Remember, people, all donations are important, and remember to donate for the good cause. And again, another exclusive vending machine for Pepsiman because he has the ability of giving Pepsi to the people, but he cannot give some Pepsi for himself. So I don't know. In some way, I consider that's a bit sad. But well, that's the price of being a hero. At least on Pepsi World, on Pepsiman universe. And obviously, maybe you can remember that when you were a kid, your mother tells you that never step on any sewer, and well, that happened with Pepsiman. You have seen the consequences of doing that because now you need to get out of the sewer while he's trying to reach the building that is on fire, so he can refresh the people that it's on the building. So again, another long section that we need to complete because running on the sewers can be a good experience, right? It can be something really fun as we can see. There's no doubt about that. And also, talking about the damage thing, because I haven't talked about the health system in the game. Every 10 Pepsi cans in total that I get are gonna refill my health. So, I have I can receive 2 hits and keep being alive, but if I receive a third hit, I'm gonna die. So in this case, I have received a hit, so my Pepsi icon that is referred to the health, it's gonna be reduced. It's not as big as it was when I began with the stage. And also, we can dash against these random people, also starting from Street Fighter 2. And unfortunately, Pepsiman wasn't able to reach the top of the building where all the people was, but guess what? He was able to bring some Pepsi to the people, so I consider that was really, really good, really amazing from him. And I don't know, but sometimes I wonder about how good does the health insurance for Pepsiman is. Because looks like he's gonna be visiting the hospital a lot. But I don't know. But well, now we have this red pizza truck. I don't know if somebody catch that reference. And again, in this case, we almost have no sidewalk, so it has sense for me right now that Pepsiman is walking through the street right now, so I guess that has more sense for me. I guess advice that I can give to the people who play this game for this stage is that keep putting attention to the floor, because when you see a light, you can see if the light's on the left or the right. I'm talking about the brighter section. So that's gonna mean that there's an obstacle, so you shouldn't be jumping there. But again, that's not something complicated. And officially, we have completed a half of the game, because we have completed the second stage of the game. Now it's time to keep enjoying these wonderful live-action cutscenes with this random American citizen that we're even having on the game.
Pepsi for TV game.
And remember, people, Pepsi! Pepsi for TV game. Again, put attention.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
So, going back to the game, unfortunately there was an emergency landing in the desert from a commercial flight, and based on the words of the game, okay, I'm gonna explain that a bit because I forgot that I need to do this a bit precise, so let me try to get focus on this. Almost. Yeah, I got distracted because I was trying to explain the cutscene, so this happened. But it's fine, it's fine. I haven't lost so much time. So what happened there is that, well, we got an emergency landing in the desert, and based on the words of the of the military men that talked to us during the cutscene, nobody was hurt or killed. So yeah, that's good that nobody got hurt or killed, I guess. And since I perceive damage, I'm gonna be taking some Pepsi cans because I need to refill a bit my health. And also I'm gonna be catching some additional Pepsi cans because every 25 Pepsi cans you get, you're gonna be gaining an extra life at the end of the stage, and there's a high chance that I'm gonna need them later on the run. So I just wanna be a bit safe. So okay, getting back to the topic, nobody was hurt, so they just simply are trying to help all the people, but they don't know how much time will take to another helicopter to save them because there are a lot of people. And now we have these random motorbike guys that for some reason got mad with Pepsiman. They are trying to stop him from achieving his objective in the middle of the desert. Because it's a good idea to drink some Pepsi in the desert, right? Because it's gonna be really hot and you need to be refreshed. And the game is dropping my inputs, nice. Okay, I don't know what is happening, but the game is dropping my dash input. Because also that's something you need to be really aware with the game, because there are some frames where you cannot do some stuff, or well, after a while you cannot keep doing the dashings. And there we go, where's it? And while we keep moving into the desert, again, we're gonna be having like a minute to talk about anything related to the event, so this is a good opportunity for the host to talk about.
Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to get this one out. Remember that all of your donations go towards Mind, but we do have bid wars and incentives coming up. We do have the Let McGonagall Fall Down the Stairs incentive for the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets run. You got 43 euros out of 150 euros, so a little bit required on that. And we also have the character choice for Sonic Bowl. And I'm going to go over it very quickly. You could choose Amy Rose, Spio, Bios, Knuckles, Rogue, Sonic, Shuju, Solver, Tells, Vactor. Ooh, there you go. So, if any of those take your fancy, get your donations in and you can see your hero running Sonic Ball. Cheers.
Okay, so I think that the main problem with everybody who are gonna be donating towards that incentive is gonna be to pick one of the heroes, so choose wisely when you donate. And after this one-hit KO section, we're gonna be entering into a mine? Or sometimes I forgot how to mention some stuff on English. I should be practicing my English even more, but I have been pretty lazy to do that. But anyway, that's not the fact of this thing. So now we are inside of this mine that, well, since I have received a hit, I'm gonna be trying to get some additional Pepsi can just to gain another extra life and also be a bit safe, because sometimes, for some reason, sometimes the game likes to drop your inputs a lot during this section. I don't understand the reason behind that. So let's talk a bit about game data, because we know that this was a Japanese exclusive game developed by Kid Entertainment and released in 1999 for the PlayStation. There was plans to get the game outside of Japan, but we know that that never happened. And something curious to mention about this is that back in the day, we exactly don't know which was the reason why this game arrived to Latin America, but the game was pretty popular back on PS1 days in Latin America, and later, thanks to the internet, it was very well known as a good meme. So yes, I have been playing this game since 2002, but unless I remember that I played that game on that year. And I hope that you have found some logic in the game, because if you haven't done that up to this point, you're not gonna be finding it, because this is the third boss stage, and maybe this can be the first complicated one, because this big pile of wood that it's gonna be throwing some of these things also. and trying to avoid them can be a real problem. The good thing about these boss stages is that, okay, I thought that I jumped earlier, so I'm glad that I haven't received damage. The only problematic thing with this is just to remember when these things are gonna be spawning and just having a good timing for everything. And the good thing is that the pattern are the same all the time, so you shouldn't be so worried about that once you recognize properly the patterns. And there we go. I was a bit worried about that because I should try to don't get distracted really easy for these things, but I'm really aware about how I am sometimes. And when this happens, it happens. And now, random American guy, tell us something that people needs to know.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi for pizza, ladies and gentlemen. Pepsi for pizza. Now, let's get sent. I'm not gonna be explaining this, trying to get your own conclusion about what is gonna happen.
Pepsiman, it looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
So I guess that we have learned something really important here. If we get a third world war, it will be because we're gonna be running out of Pepsi. So take care of your Pepsi, everybody. And so maybe you're wondering, what does Pepsiman is gonna be doing in order to fix the main computer on Pepsi City? Well, we're gonna be discovering that in a bit. And since I was adjusting the volume of everything, I forgot to turn down my headphones audio, so the game is pretty loud on my side right now. So nice. Again, another minute for memes by my side, so if Host has something that I want to remember to the people, there's a good chance for it.
Okay, thank you very much. Just like to remind everyone, you are watching BSG Annual 2021, raising money for Mind, 2,250 euros at the moment. Let's see if we keep those coming in here. Ouch, that looks very painful. Pepsiman wearing the rubbish bin in his head there. So, if you're enjoying this one as much as I am, please get those donations in. Thank you so much indeed. Remember, all your donations go towards benefiting Mind. Absolutely fantastic cause. And if you can donate, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
When I was a kid, I used to try to... Okay, that was bad. I have lost my momentum there, unfortunately. But when I was a kid, for some reason with my friend, we used to try to replicate some of the Pepsiman stunts. And that's something that definitely we don't recommend to people. But for some reason we used to do that when we were kids, so... The game tells me hurry, but I'm gonna... Yep.
Don't do this at home. Pepsiman is a trained professional.
Yes, don't do that. Nobody told us that when we were kids, but... Since I'm here and I can make that advice to everybody, I think that, well, it can be done. Don't try to do this at home, kids. And now let's move to the complicated section of the game, because some people that have never played this game, and mostly with streamers when they play the game casually on stream, we can notice that, is that on this stage, on stage 4 Sen 2, they used to spend a good amount of time. They can complete the other stages without problem, but the problematic stage is this one. because we can see that we're going to be having a lot of obstacles that we need to avoid, and a lot of things that can make us losing or gaining speed. Unfortunately, that was really bad there. And I received some damage, so I need to be a bit careful. So I don't know exactly what am I talking while I'm trying to play this, because it's supposed that I don't use to speak here, but for some reason I'm doing that and my brain thinks that that's a good idea. And well, since these are pretty complicated sections, I'm gonna be catching some Pepsi cans just to be a bit safe. And while I try to do this slightly faster, because now in this pipe section, again, I press the jump button really early. And this pipe section, you also can receive a lot of damage, so I need to be slightly careful because the camera doesn't help to you, and even less if we're making that Pepsiman dashes, and looks like I have performed a dash on the wrong moment. My PB in this category is 26 minutes and 2 seconds, so any chances of getting a marathon PB right now has passed away. But the show needs to continue. This can still be a sub 27. Slightly a sub 27, so I'm gonna do this slightly safe, and there we go. Because now we're gonna be entering to this other section. We're gonna be having these Pepsi boxes and this kind of hoverboards, or well, these platforms that doesn't have wheels and are floating in the air. I don't know. There's a good amount of technology on Pepsi Factory. And I'm amazed that they cannot fix what is happening with the main machine. So time to keep quiet again, because this is the most complicated section of the game. So let's see if I can get this on a single attempt. There we go, first try. That's really hard. That's really hard to get on the first attempt. So if you're able to do this at some point, you have unlocked a great achievement in your gaming life, definitely.
Very good.
Yeah, this is really hard. I'm not lying, and I think that was obvious to see, because you have a pretty tight wall, so trying to avoid them can be a real problem. And this is gonna hurt me because I was on a good PB pace, but I got a couple of deaths. So maybe that was gonna be the sub 26 I have been looking for a good amount of time. But I'm gonna be happy that this is gonna keep being at 26. I'm just gonna be like 10 or 15 seconds maybe ahead of my PB, so it's gonna be good. You know, a little flashback from the first boss, but with a little twist, because now we have this medium / almost big Pepsi cans that are chasing us while they're rolling against us, while the big this giant not big giant Pepsi can is gonna be trying to chase us. So we need to be ready with the time on a bit. The time is gonna finish once I lose the control of Pepsiman. That's gonna happen once the screen turns into a kind of widescreen mode. So let's ready, because that can happen on a bit. Oh, that's bad. And time.
GG?
Yeah, I was 20 seconds ahead of my PB, but I'm really happy that I got a 26 because of on all the practices that on all these practice sections that I have got with the game, I have been getting a 28 or 29. So I'm really happy that I got a 26 in a marathon. This has been my best time on any marathon recently, so I'm pretty happy for this. And we can see that Mike Butters, the actor that we're watching here, it's celebrating with us.
Pepsi! Drink Pepsi!
And also, this is my phrase.
Pepsi, only my choice.
And well, everybody, I hope that you have enjoyed this humble run. This was Pepsiman Kids and Percent. We need to wait until the credits finish and roll, because we're going to be enjoying the complete cutscene, because we still need to watch something additional, and we're going to be done with this. I'm going to be having more runs later on the marathon, but also we're going to keep watching amazing runs. So I really hope you have enjoyed Pepsiman, because on a bit we're going to be having an interesting game from the red soda. that as a big Pepsi fan slash stan, I'm not able to mention which brand is, but it's a game based on the other famous soda company by Grandmeister that we'll be watching on a bit. So keep tuning and
Pepsi is.
I can say that maybe it's not so healthy to see all those amounts of Pepsi cans. But believe me, when I was studying, I was a foreign student. When I was outside of my hometown, my apartment was like that, filled with cans of Pepsi. And well, this was Pepsiman. I really hope that you have enjoyed the run. Shoutouts to the League of Pepsiman community that we're organizing an any person tournament of this game on the next month. So if you want to learn the game, you're in a good time for do it, and you can join to our Discord server. You can find the link on the game leaderboard. And remember to drink it Pepsi, everybody.
Okay, thank you so much indeed, GhostSenpai. Absolutely fantastic there. Before we go, one quick donation for you. We have received a €5 anonymous donation that just says, Pepsiman! Thank you very much indeed. I hope everybody enjoyed that one as much as I did. Thank you again, GhostSenpai. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back because we've heard Pepsiman. Now we're going to have the counterpoint. Grumpmeister is going to bring us, we'll whisper it, Coca-Cola Kid. Stay with us.